Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Android application development tutorial. In today's episode we are going to learn about how to display a pop-up menu in an Android application. So open Eclipse and start a new project. The first step, you have to set the minimum required SDK version of your Android application into 11. So for displaying the pop-up menu, you need to set the minimum SDK version into 11. You can set this at the time of project creation in Eclipse or Android Studio, or you can change it in the Android manifest.xml file. Here you can, in this tag users SDK, you can change it into API version 11. Okay. Now go to activity main.xml file. For displaying the pop-up menu, here I am going to add a button. Now go to the XML version, change the text into select movie. Okay. Also add an on-click method for this button, Android on-click. Name the method as show pop-up. Okay. Now go to main activity.java file. Here you need to define that method. So public void show pop-up. We have to check the spelling. Show pop-up. Yeah. Okay, so this method need an argument of view class. Okay, so when user click the button, the pop-up menu will appear. So now you need to create the layout for the menu. For that, just right click the menu folder and create a new XML file, Android XML file. I name the file as my pop-up. Okay, so here we got the root element menu and click finish. Now go to the XML version. Now here you need to add the items for the menu. So I add the first item. First we have to provide an ID for this item. So Android ID plus ID. I name it as action ID. Now you need to provide a title for this item, Android title, action movies. Okay, now I add another item here, one more item. Okay, change the second item ID into romantic ID. Now change the title into romantic movies. Okay, and the final item ID change into horror ID and change the title into horror movies. Okay, now I add 3 items into the menu. Now go to main activity.java file. So when user click the button, we have to display that particular pop-up menu. For that you need an object of pop-up menu class. So create an object of pop-up menu. I name it as pop-up equal to new pop-up menu. So in this constructor you need to pass 2 arguments. First one is the context object and second one is the view object of the anchor view. The pop-up menu is always appear at bottom or top of the anchor view. So here in our project the anchor view is the button. So I pass this as context object, and here you need to pass the view object corresponding to the anchor view. So here we got the view object on this argument v, so I pass that object. Okay, now you need to inflate that particular menu XML file. For that you need an object of menu inflator. So first you have to create an object of menu inflator. Inflator equal to, you have to initialize the menu inflator object using the pop-up menu pop-up object. So pop-up dot get menu inflator. Okay, now you can inflate the menu XML using the inflator method. So inflator dot inflate, first provide the resource r dot menu dot, our XML file name is my popup, and here you need to pass the object of the pop-up menu. So use the pop-up class object dot get menu. Okay, finally you have to show the pop-up menu. For that you can just call the method called the show method. Okay, so now when user click the button, the pop-up menu will appear. So we can check the project. Before I have to clean the project. Okay, now we can run the project. I think the project is still building. Yeah, it's finished building, and now we can run it. So run as Android application. Click OK and open your emulator. Yeah, choose the emulator. Click OK. Okay, now the project is launched and I click the button. You can see that the pop-up menu will appear. Now here there is no much more space at the top, so the pop-up menu appear at the bottom of the anchor view. Here we got the three items: action movies, romantic movies and horror movies. So when I click anywhere on this activity, the pop-up menu will disappear. Or when I select an item, the pop-up menu will disappear. Okay, now we have to learn about how to handle the click events of a pop-up menu. Okay, so for handling the click events, you need to implement an interface called on menu item click listener. So here in this main activity, I am going to implement an interface called on menu item click listener. Okay, now you need to override an abstract method on this interface. So here I'm going to implement that abstract method. So here we got a method called on menu item click. So whenever user select an item from the menu, this method will invoke on menu item click. Okay, here you got an object of menu item, and you can get the ID of the selected item using this object item. Okay, now I am going to handle the click events here. For that I use a switch case statement and get the ID of the selected item. Item dot get item ID. Okay, now we have to check each case. R dot ID dot action movies action ID. Yeah, this one action ID. So you have to display something. I display a message using a toast dot make a text. Get the base context. You select action movies. Okay, and now provide duration. Make it a short, and now make it available using show method. Okay, and after that you have to return true. Okay, So now I handle the second case. If it is romantic ID, you select romantic movies. One more case is needed. If it is horror ID, you select horror movies. Okay, and return true. And in default case, you have to return false. And this return statement is no longer needed. I remove that one. Okay, so for handling the click events in a pop-up menu, you have to implement an interface called onMenuItemClickListener, and you have to override this method called onMenuItemClick. Okay, and one more thing, you have to register your pop-up menu with this listener. So pop-up dot set onMenuItemClickListener. Now you have to provide the object main activity dot this. Okay. Okay, now we successfully register our pop-up menu with the action listener. Now we can check the project. So I am going to run the application again. Open emulator. Okay, now I click the button. The pop-up menu will now appear. I choose the horror movies. Now we go the output. You select horror movies. Now action movies. You select action movies. Now select romantic movies. You select romantic movies. Okay guys, I hope you enjoy this video. Please subscribe my channel for getting more video updates. Thank you for watching. See you in the next part.